Scattered across the globe are places that refuse to be fully explained. Ruins, stone towers, and footprints that stretch through time. Some were carved by human hands in brutal, isolated landscapes. Others are the result of natural forces so strange they seem intentional. And all of them leave behind more questions than answers. In this episode, we travel from the edge of Ireland to the heart of Africa, tracing the outlines of 5 ancient places that remain mysteries, even to this day. A monastic outpost perched on a sea crag, a desert stronghold cursed by legend and abandoned each day by nightfall. A desert oasis where a Babylonian king vanished into the sand. A stone forest in Siberia, where climbers seek meaning among ancient towers, and a trail of fossilized footprints, left behind nearly 4 million years ago. These places are more than historical sites. They are puzzles carved into the earth, half buried, half remembered, and wholly unforgettable. "12 kilometers off the southwest coast of Ireland, a jagged rock rises out of the Atlantic like something from another planet. This is Skellig Michael, a storm-battered island where ancient stone dwellings cling to cliffs high above the waves and one of the most remote archaeological sites in Europe. Built sometime between the 6th and 8th centuries, the monastic settlement on Skellig Michael was never meant to be easy to reach. More than 600 stone steps carved directly into the rock lead visitors up narrow paths with no handrails and sheer drops on either side. The journey to the top is not just steep, it's cinematic. Wind howls. Seabirds circle overhead. The Atlantic crashes below. And then suddenly, it's quiet. At the summit are beehive-shaped stone huts, or clochons, along with simple chapels and terraces. All of it constructed without mortar. Just dry stacked rock, perfectly balanced, enduring over 1,000 years of brutal weather. The structures reflect masterful corbelling techniques and a deep understanding of the harsh environment they were built in. Whoever lived here endured and flourished. The monks lived off fish, seabirds, and what they could grow in shallow terraces. They harvested rainwater and studied texts. They also braved Viking raids, including one recorded in 823 AD. But by the 13th century, the settlement was abandoned, likely due to worsening weather and changing religious practices of the time. Yet the island never faded from memory. It became a place of history and legend, and in 1996, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Today, Skellig Michael draws archaeologists, historians, and curious travelers. It's been featured in films like Star Wars, studied in journals, and marveled at by anyone who stands at its summit. But no one has ever fully explained how such a place was built, or why here, at the edge of the known world. In the hills of Rajasthan, India, surrounded by dry brush and ancient stone, sits Bhangarh Fort, a 16th century stronghold that feels more like a ghost town than a ruin. Built in 1573 by Raja Bhagwant Das for his son Madho Singh, it was once a vibrant walled city filled with palaces, temples, markets, and homes. Today, its buildings stand roofless and hollow. The streets are silent, and after sundown, no one is allowed to enter. 2 legends have haunted Bhangarh for centuries. One tells of a tantric sage named Balanath who lived nearby. He agreed to the fort's construction on one condition: nothing could cast a shadow on his home. Years later, a royal edition broke that rule. The sage's curse, they say, doomed the city. The second story follows Princess Ratnavati, known for her beauty and intellect. A sorcerer tried to ensnare her with a love potion. She turned it against him. Crushed by the spell, the sorcerer cursed the city with his last breath. Soon after, war came. The city fell. She was never seen again. Whatever the truth, the Archaeological Survey of India enforces a strict sunset curfew. Signs at the gate warn visitors to leave before dark. Locals take the rule seriously. Stories of footsteps in empty courtyards, strange whispers, and travelers who vanished after sundown have kept the fear alive. By day, it's a historic site. By night, it's something else entirely. In northwest Saudi Arabia, where the red sands of the Nafud roll for miles, lies Tayma Oasis, a place where the past still clings to the stone. Tayma has been inhabited for thousands of years. Archaeological digs show human presence dating back to the Bronze Age, with continuous settlement stretching as far back as the 4th millennium. What began as a watering hole became a major crossroads, a vital link between Arabia, Mesopotamia, and the Levant. Massive stone walls, once stretching nearly 18 kilometers, protected a city that thrived on trade and politics. The scale of these defenses hints at the oasis's former power, and the forces that once threatened it. But Tayma's most mysterious chapter came in the 6th century, when King Nabonidus, the last ruler of the Neo-Babylonian Empire, left Babylon and took up residence in Tayma for 10 years. It's still debated why he left his throne for this remote desert city. What's known is that he left behind inscriptions, temples, and buildings that suggest this was no ordinary exile. Tayma may have been a second capital. Among its ancient landmarks is Bir Hadaj, a massive well, carved thousands of years ago that still stands in the center of town. It's believed to have been dug during Nabonidus' rule and used to sustain the settlement's water supply. And then there's the Al-Nazla Rock, 50 kilometers away, a massive sandstone boulder split perfectly down the middle, the kind of natural formation that feels engineered. No one knows exactly how it cracked so cleanly. Some say erosion. Others wonder if ancient tools or seismic events were involved. Today, Tayma is quiet, but it's far from forgotten. Stone inscriptions, ruined palaces, and mysterious relics still emerge from the desert, painting a picture of a place once at the heart of an ancient world. Just outside the Siberian city of Krasnoyarsk, deep in the taiga forest, a group of towering stone formations rises from the landscape. Known as the Krasnoyarsk Pillars, or stolbi in Russian, these natural spires have stood here for over 600 million years, older than the continents as we know them. Shaped by ancient volcanic activity and sculpted by wind, ice, and time, the pillars reach up to 100 meters high. Some are narrow and twisted, others wide and sheer, each one a unique, dramatic silhouette against the forest skyline. But it's not just their size or age that makes them mysterious. For over a century, the pillars have been the spiritual center of a secretive, tight-knit community known as the Stolbists. They are climbers and naturalists who practice a kind of informal, almost philosophical, freestyle climbing. Many climb barefoot, with no ropes or gear, seeking not just physical challenge, but solitude, freedom, and connection with the land. Some sections of the nature reserve are easily accessible to hikers and tourists, while others are intentionally left untouched, hidden deep within the woods. These areas are sacred to the Stolbists, who have given the formations names like Feathers, Grandfather, Lion's Gate, and Monk. Each one has its own story, its own climb, and its own place in the lore of the forest. Designated as a nature reserve in 1925, the Krasnoyarsk Pillars became one of Russia's first protected wilderness areas, a move driven not by officials, but by the people of Krasnoyarsk themselves. They are symbols of resilience and ancient power, stone giants that have watched over the land through ice ages, empires, revolutions, and the present. In the plains of northern Tanzania, not far from Mount Kilimanjaro, a trail cuts across hardened volcanic ash, a trail made 3.7 million years ago and is still visible today. This is Laetoli, and these are footprints, not of animals or modern humans, but of something in between, our distant ancestors, frozen mid-step in a moment that rewrote what we knew about our shared human origins. In 1978, renowned paleoanthropologist Mary Leakey and her team were surveying a layer of volcanic ash when they stumbled across what looked like tracks. Closer inspection revealed something astonishing. Clear impressions of feet with arches, aligned toes, and a heel-to-toe stride. Evidence of upright walking from a species long extinct. The prints are believed to have been left by members of Australopithecus afarensis, the same early hominin species as the famous fossil Lucy. The trail stretches over 27 meters, capturing around 70 footprints made by at least 3 individuals, one of them significantly smaller, possibly a juvenile walking closely behind or alongside a larger adult. Some believe the smaller one deliberately stepped in the other's tracks, a behavior both human and strangely intimate. The ground had been coated in wet volcanic ash from a recent eruption. As the group walked across it, light rain fell, then the ash dried, hardened, and eventually fossilized, perfectly preserving this ancient moment. More footprints were discovered nearby in 2015, this time belonging to a larger individual walking in the same direction. Whether it was family or community, we'll never know for sure. But what makes Laetoli so mysterious isn't just the age of the footprints. It's the profound story they tell. No tools, no bones, no structures, just steps. A snapshot of early humans in motion, crossing a landscape now buried by time. They walked like us, but they weren't us. And yet, here they are, telling us about ourselves.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Fireside Unsolved. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to help the channel grow. Until next time, take it easy and be easy, you filthy bastards.